For every small business that folds, dozens of workers and their family members are left destitute, and they join the long queues of the unemployed in these economic ghost towns. In these places, youth unemployment is so high that many simply accept that they will never ever have work. I've been into homes just outside Graafrenet in the Eastern Cape. I've been into homes in the Northern Cape and in Limpopo with young people in their late 20s and 30s who haven't worked a single day in their lives. Not because they don't want to, but because this government has killed jobs. Why must South Africa be this country? Why should we have the world's highest youth unemployment? Surely we can do better than that. Surely we can do better than that. And the answer, Democrats, is yes, we can. But only if we're prepared to acknowledge why things got so bad in the first place. And the short answer to that is the ANC. Because you see, as a party of government, the ANC has a fatal flaw. It puts its own interests ahead of the interests of the people it is meant to serve. And what I mean by this is that it places its own people in crucial government positions, regardless of whether they can actually do the job. All that matters is that those people in that inner circle are rewarded with jobs and access to contracts. They call this cadre deployment. And you know what? They're not even ashamed of it. It's not a secret they're trying to hide. They are proud of it. Skanda! What an absolute disgrace. But what this cadre deployment does is it hollows out government, and particularly local government, to the point where it becomes just an empty shell of cadres, drawing salaries and adding nothing of value. When this is repeated across all the departments and for many years, local governments simply stop working. Bit by bit, the critical functions of a municipality grind to a halt. Municipal vehicles aren't serviced, and eventually towns have no more working trucks to collect refuse. Water treatment plants are not maintained, leading to catastrophic failures and ongoing sewage spills. Pipe leaks and broken pumps cause water interruptions that go on for weeks at a time. And once you reach this stage of service delivery collapse, your municipality enters into a death spiral. Because if you can no longer deliver services, you can no longer charge residents for them. And without income, your municipality is dead. Now, all of these things happen slowly at first, but then they start to happen very, very quickly. And because no one is ever held accountable for their performance, it carries on and on and on until the entire thing just collapses. Now that, my fellow citizens, is the bad news.
Viva John Steenhuisen, viva!
That's the bad news. But today is about the good news. Today is about what we can do to stop this collapse and rescue these towns and cities from the decay. And believe me, it is possible to do it. And I can stand here before you today in this square with confidence, because we have the evidence of what happens when you do the opposite of what this failing ANC has done to these failing towns and cities. And I'm talking, of course, of all the municipalities run by the DA. Now, many of them are outright majorities, and some of them are coalition governments. Across the country, these DA municipalities serve as a contrast and a constant reminder of what our country could be under a better government. Because that is what we are, Democrats, a far better government than the ANC.